The Black Bears, with their 4 wins this year, are improved, I would say.
Oh yeah, much better improved, Tim. I see that Emilio Colon is really coming along as a quarterback there.
Banged up last week.
Yeah, but Colon is really he's understanding the position better. I think he realizes he's a good athlete and he can make things happen.
Jim Walsh trying to make things happen with his Old Town team, getting them thinking, making them feel good about themselves at halftime. Some coaches are ranting and ravers, and these coaches, if you're well prepared and if you've done your homework, you don't have to do a lot of screaming.
No, that's right. You don't have to. My high school coach, we called him Silent Steve. He never yelled. We were always ready to play, though.
Of course, I just thought it was interesting that they called each other Captain Video, Lucy and Jim Walsh.
Captain Video.
And they do. They spend an awful lot of time looking at videotapes. The coaches during the season, if you've just played a team and your the next opponent is playing them, oftentimes these coaches will call each other and say, "Hey, what do they do? How do they react to this?" That sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a fraternity, a coaches' fraternity. They do that.
Jim Walsh and Bob Lucy are friends, good friends, until game week anyway, when they will avoid each other.
I think that's, they respect each other's abilities and the way they, handle their kids. The kids respect them, and I think it's tremendous for both programs to have 2 coaches of this caliber.
And it's not easy, certainly, being a coach. Bob Lucy has a couple of young girls at home, and there's a lot of other things that are going on in the coaches' lives too, but they really give a lot of time to. They have to give a lot of time in football season to what they're doing, and that's one of their loves.
Well, he and my son Jeff are good friends, and they have 4 daughters between them. So, I imagine they're having a contest to see who's going to have the first son.
Jeff Wheeler, of course, Manch's son, who played basketball at the University of Maine, and now is doing what, Manch?
He's in sales in Western Massachusetts, and he still plays some hoops. He likes that 3-point line down in Massachusetts, so he can throw it up from the locker room.
Nothing new there. He did that when he was playing for Skip Chappelle at the University of Maine. So, Manch, you still active at all? Still working out? Running 5 miles a day?
No. I walk 5 miles playing golf.
I do. Bobby Lucy is. Both these coaches actually are in great shape. Good role models athletically.
Well, Timmy, the statistics for the first half: Old Town rushed for 39 yards and Orono for 72. Passing, Old Town was 7 for 11, 1 touchdown, 84 yards. Orono was only 1 for 7 with 14 yards. Total yardage, Old Town has 123 and Orono 86. Very little penalty is in the game. Old Town had 2 for 25 yards, and Orono was penalty-free.
Old Town, certainly much of those statistics is the success that Old Town has had in the air.
Absolutely, and well-played game. Not a lot of things going on with the flag coming out by the referees. So that's the kind of football you like to see.
And we'll see what Orono can do to complement their running attack. Certainly that's been the highlight of what they're trying to do, and they've been successful today, but we'll see what they can do in the air. The return is a pretty good one. Orono gets the ball out with Chris Thurlow to just over the 30-yard line. They'll start 1st and 10. Here's the Orono offense in the backfield. Seguin Fence is back there with Zach Pelleriti. Chris Thurlow's gotten a lot of work today. Kent Como is the fullback. The offensive line, Drew Cota, 1 tight end, along with John Wibby on the other side. Parker, Junkins, Webb, Wright, and Prescott are doing most of the work inside. They don't get probably the recognition that they deserve, opening up big holes for the running backs. Inside, handoff is to Pelleriti. Nope, Thurlow. And here is the Old Town defense. Aaron King's at one end with Brian Wickett on the other side. Inside, Robbie Cody's a big boy at 235. Brent Fournier and Scott Hamlin as well. The secondary, Corey Tebow, Andy Roy, Eric Morris in the corner, along with Greg Thibodeau, Ben Curtis, and Wayne Kieran in the secondary. Pence rolls out looking for the pitch, takes it himself, comes up, leaves the ball on the ground. It's loose and pulled in by Old Town. Gets the recovery. Very interesting that football bounces in strange ways.
That was a hot potato.
It was actually kicked at one point when it was loose on the ground. It went back off an Orono player. And a big play for Old Town as they'll have the ball in the Orono 37.
And that was the first quarterback option of the game, I believe. He does a good job.
Pence turning the corner, no pitch, but he's popped right here. Ball stripped loose.
And that ball was flying all over the place.
Finally recovered by Old Town. Andy Roy pulls it in. Here come the Indians. Grigsby to throw. Over the middle, hangs it up, and Hughes with a nice defensive play steps in and makes sure Wickett couldn't get close.
Well, that's what I was looking for. Play action on first down. It was a good time to do it after a turnover. But the Orono defensive backs covered very well.
Coda trying to get Orono fired up. We're just into the third quarter. Orono with a 1-point lead, 8-7. Old Town 2nd and 10 from the Orono 37. Handoff, nothing doing as Randy O'Leary stuffed for a loss of 2.
Good tough defense by Orono on that play.
Bringing the play in is Matt McDonald, who caught that touchdown pass.
I would think that during the course of this second half, you're going to see a screen or a draw by Old Town. They're going to have to do that because Orono's going to start rushing the passer.
Grigsby needs a big play here on a 3rd and 12. Rolls out, throws, looks downfield, and almost caught. Knocked down by Pelleriti as they were going for Matt McDonald. Looked like they both had it in their hands for a second.
Yeah, that was in a double coverage. That's a tough time. You got to have a real good athlete to make that catch.
Grigsby rolling out and putting up a ball partially up for grabs as there were 2 guys potentially that could have come down with this.
Yeah, Zach almost pulled that down. That was close to being an interception.
A little underthrown, probably. 4th down and 12, and Old Town will punt it away. Kieran back to punt, and they will keep it and run inside. Andy Roy gets a first down. The snap was to the up man, and Andy Roy with a big play.
Well executed, Tim. Good time to do it, too.
Good time to do it, and that you wouldn't expect to. It faked everyone out here.
Good job. Good fake by the putter. Got the cameraman, sucked him in.
There he is.
Good job.
Sorry, Andy, we couldn't get your whole play on replay there, but Andy Roy with the big play last year and a big play this year.
That was a good recovery by our cameraman.
1st and 10 on the 22. Inside to O'Leary. Nice gain of about 5.
This is the kind of game where you got to have a play like that. You got to be able to work it.
And it'll be 2nd down and 5. And O'Leary.
Nice hole. Good lead block. Good running.
O'Leary only had a couple 100 yards rushing coming into this game, and he may approach 100 yards today. 2nd and 5 from the Orono 15-yard line. Grigsby with a long count. And O'Leary gets the ball again on the sweep. Only a couple. Third and about 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is 4-down country. They've got 4 downs down in here to play with it. So I would look for something in the idea of that short hook pass they've been running. That's a fairly safe one. If he doesn't have it, he can throw it away.
And Grigsby has proven that in trouble from the he can also run with the ball.
Yes, he had a very nice run in the first half.
Grigsby to throw.
There it is, that hook.
And he's open. Matt McDonald again for the first down.
Yep.
You called it, Mitch. I'll give you credit for that.
Thank you. I think like a quarterback.
And a coach.
Yeah, this is a safe play. And I really do like the way Grigsby looks his receiver off. He's looking the opposite way. And that gives his receiver the opportunity to get open, freezes that defensive back. He's not sure where he's going with the ball.
McDonald having a huge game today already. He had 14 catches coming into today. He's already had 5 receptions today, including a long touchdown.
He's got good hands, Timmy. He really catches it with his hands, not his chest like some receivers do.
1st and 10 from just inside the 5-yard line. That play didn't get off.
Oh, that was, it looked like they were changing the play at the line of scrimmage. It looked like it might have been an audible.
Too much time. So they'll start again from the 10. 1st and goal from 10 yards away. 7:20 left in the 3rd quarter. A 1-point advantage for Orono, 8-7. Jim Walsh. Nobody likes penalties, especially down near the goal line. Grigsby brings him out. To the air, over the middle. Hit is Brian Wickett just about the goal line, about the 2-yard line.
That was a well-executed play. It was a quick pass, and he hit a big receiver. That Wickett is a nice, tall, 6'1", and a good target. It's down on about the 1-foot line.
No, it's almost closer than that.
Yeah.
Just stuffed. Zach Pelleriti makes the play at the goal line. That is very close. 2nd and we'll call it inches.
You know, in a way, Tim, the penalty helps because it gives you more room to throw the ball. When you're inside the 5, it's tough to throw. You don't have much room.
Expect run here with only inches to go. And O'Leary is in the end zone. Old Town grabs the lead. It's back and forth. We're in the 3rd quarter, and 13-8's the lead. And here's the sweep. The pitch to O'Leary.
Toss sweep. Good lead blind. Good break into the tackle.
I think O'Leary likes the workhorse, with Roy nursing some injuries, getting the ball all the time today, and he's doing it against one of the tougher defenses around. They will go for the 1 extra point. Kieran doing the kicking, and he's a perfect 2 for 2 today. Big play. Jim Walsh with the lead now, 14-8, and we take it another one.
There's a touchdown run. Nice toss sweep. He cuts up straight upfield. You like to see that on a goal line, Tim. A little north to south running. Instead of trying to go for the corner, sometimes you get caught from behind.
63-yard, 9-play drive. Orono has been really sustaining drives against, Old Town sustaining drives against the tough Orono defense. So they're really gaining confidence as this game goes along.
Well, they've got a balanced attack, Tim. They're throwing it as effectively as they're running. And as you noticed in the beginning of the game, the running game wasn't getting anywhere. Then all of a sudden, the passing game started to click. And then the running game started to open up, and now they've got a real nice balance going for them.
Thurlow and Pelleriti back deep for Orono. Kieran to kick, and he keeps it low. It's going to work well. Thurlow finally picks it up at the 10. Up the chute, and he's stopped by Old Town at the 27.
Well, Brian Grigsby's having a fine afternoon, Tim. He's 9 for 15 with 102 yards and a touchdown, which puts his touchdown total this year at 10. He erroneously said 7 the pregame, but he had 9 going in, and he's got 10 now.
Big day for Grigsby, who's having one of his better days of the season against the big rival team. Pence, we'll see what he has up his sleeve as Orono needs to get something going. Pellerini, a little confusion maybe in the backfield.
It looked like there was a...
Cody's the guy, made the hit there, and Robbie Cody is also the guy who made the big hit last year on Sagoon Pence in the backfield that caused the fumble.
He's a tough kid. He sticks his nose in there, that's for sure.
He's listed as 253, but I think they have that roster backwards. He's 235. It's a big boy, nonetheless.
Size in high school.
Not much running inside. Kip Como gets the carry for a couple. It'll be a 3rd and 3.
Well, Pellerini's up to 72 yards and 10 carries, Tim, which is a little bit better than his season average, so he's doing what he's supposed to do.
10 carries, though, in the third quarter is...
It's not very many for him, really.
Not many. They like to get the ball into his hands about 25 times a game, and they really haven't been on that pace today.
Well, I think, because Old Town has had those 2 long drives, they've kept the ball out of his hands, and I think that's the best defense you can have against Zach. Is if he's not on the field, he can't hurt you.
Best defense is a good offense. It's really true for Old Town today. Thurlow in motion. Pence, Pellerini, the swing on the left side. Pellerini gets the stakes. First down, he turns the corner right in front of the Old Town bench and picks up about 15.
That was actually a running play, Tim. That was a lateral. He threw that ball backwards.
So we'll give him a carry, and he's almost 20 yards on that play. Let's see how far.
Outstanding running right here. He just pours it on, and he just digs it out upfield.
Shows you how quick he is. Yep. Great balance.
Well, he's a north-south runner, Tim. He starts upfield. When he makes that play, he's going upfield.
Pellerini again. Nothing inside, though. Old Town gets tough after the big play. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Old Town leading 14-8 now. And this game gets more exciting as we get closer to the final gun.
Well, as I said the first half about Old Town, they needed a sustained drive, and they got one. Now it's Orono's time. They have to have one here. They've got to get the momentum back and show that they can control the line of scrimmage.
Pellerini with over 1,000 yards rushing coming into this game. Gets the carry again to the right side. Picks up 5 or 6. Got to make a good play every time to make sure he's stuffed. Big play on defense, man.
Yeah, Zach is earning his keep today. He really takes a shot here. You can see right there. Boom.
Cody again.
Yeah, Cody, he's a load. That's the kind of guy you want your defensive line, Tim. Little low to the ground, like a block. He's solid. They're not afraid to hit people.
3rd and 6 now for the Red Riots. Inside Old Town territory. They're going to the air. Pellerini on the right side. Spins, and it looks like he's close to the first down. And it looks like he'll have it, according to Bob Lucy.
That was a nice move. He was stopped. He did a spin to get out of that. That was athletic ability right there.
That's why you want to get it into his hands as much as you can in the game.
Totally.
Ability to do a lot of things in this play, one-on-one. Just what Orono would like.
Now, Pence did a good job there because he made sure he got the ball to him. Nice move right there. That spin was the play. If he doesn't make that spin, they don't get the first down.
1st and 10 on the Old Town 35. Big play inside. Wyatt Love makes a nice stop inside. He's over 200 pounds himself.
Now, that was Thurlow running the ball up inside that time.
Sagoon Pence, a senior this year. They have some pretty good quarterbacks, though. They've been grooming, and so the juggernaut from Orono should be stopped next year. Pellerini will be back, and he gets another carry for 2 or 3. But Old Town playing pretty tough defense, leaves about a 3rd and 4.
Now this is a gut check time downfield. This is where you find out about your team.
Orono is just inside the 30-yard line of Old Town. Wibby, who may well be the quarterback next year for Orono.
He's got good size. And it's good that he's playing. He's getting game action even though he's not playing the position he may end up playing. But he's getting used to being in the ball games.
3rd and 4. Pence to Pellerini, a 1st down. And Pellerini's got a nose for that.
My oldest son, Jay, did this in high school. He played end his sophomore year and then played quarterback his junior and senior year. So he got to know what it was like to be in the ball games and compete.
And actually a little short. 4th and about 1. Not quite. Gave Zach credit for that a little early. And Old Town will have to defend one more time at about the 26-yard line. Orono needs a little less than a yard. Pence to Pellerini, and he'll have it.
There was no question about who was going to get the ball, huh, Tim?
No, Zach's certainly been the money man for the last 2+ years. That's a big play for Orono. And they need a big drive here as they're having to really earn everything.
Well, we're getting close to the end of the 3rd quarter, Tim, down to 15 seconds or so.
They'll just get this play off there before the 3rd quarter gun. That's the pitch to Pellerini. Pellerini not much there, but he'll pick up a couple, and that'll end the 3rd quarter. Old Town has the lead, though, 14-8. Orono needs 6 points to tie it. They're heading in that direction. We'll be back to Orono High School right after this timeout.
Greenpoint Auto Parts, a great way to save money on used and recycled parts, many with a 90-day guarantee. Greenpoint Auto Service, expert installation of your parts from tune-ups to engines and transmissions. And now Greenpoint Auto Sales, super deals on some of the finest pre-owned cars and light trucks you've ever seen. Parts and service on Greenpoint Road, and sales on Wilson Street, all in Brewer. Greenpoint Auto Parts, service and sales, everything automotive you'll ever need.
Technical support has been provided by Action Equipment, specializing in the sale, rental, and service of construction equipment. Want satisfaction? Call Action.
Welcome back to Orono High School. We're 12 minutes away from the final gun at the end of regulation. And 14-8 is the score for Old Town. And we've got ourselves a pretty good one.
And Zach is up to 17 carries now and 112 yards.
So Grigsby with 100+ yards in the air, Pellerini 100+ on the ground. That's been the story of the game.
That's right. That's the matchup right there.
Got plenty to go. And Orono is on the move. They're on the Old Town 18-yard line, 2nd and 3. Pence. Inside handoff. This time it was to Chris Thurlow. And he's over the 1st down. It's a 1st down. And the Red Riots are moving well.
That was a good time to call that play, Tim. Everybody looking at Zach on this particular play, thinking he would probably carry the ball. Good spin out. That probably got the 1st down right there.
We were talking to some people before the game. It was named quarterback Segun Pence or Pense. We hear them both, so excuse us if we're wrong on his pronunciation. The play this time to the 5-yard line, and that's Zach Pellerini.
He gets off the ball very quickly, Tim. You know that? On the snap count. He explodes. He gets that hole so quickly before it closes up. I think that's some of his, why he's so successful. I played with a fellow like that in Hartford named Marv Hubbard. You probably heard of him. He went on to play for the Oakland Raiders.
Your high school teammates?
No, this was a professional team, the Hartford Knights. He could explode off the ball.
Orono's got a second down and 3 from the 5. Pellerini with a carry, awful close to the goal line. The push is just shy. Evidently, his knees touched the ground before he went in. They mark it on inside the 1.
This is just old-fashioned power football right here, Tim.
You know what's coming. Here you go. Stop us.
That's right. That's Lombardi-type football.
Here's a look at that, whether he got in or not. Well,
now look at him veer and find the holes.
The whole offensive line was pushing at that point, which got it close. First down, 4 tries.
Touchdown. NFL. Would have been a goal.
The red light is on, the green light. They'll have 4 tries now from the 1-yard line. Drew Cota looking at all his buddies in the stands, trying to get them jacked up. First down try, Pellerini off for close again, a touchdown. We are tied up at 12.
Well, I was, as I said, they needed a drive like that, Tim, and they got it.
Orono will try to take the lead here on the extra point, or points. Very rarely do they go for 1. And they will go for 2 again now.
Well, I see a T out there, Tim, so I'm not sure what they're going to do here. It looks like a timeout's been called. I think what Jimmy's going to say is, all right, here we go. Again, just off tackle with power. And the offensive line does its job. Then Zach runs tough up in there.
Very rarely, I was saying that Orono went for 1. They've only kicked a couple of extra points this year. Most of their work has been done on the ground.
Well, so that was a 15-play, 72-yard drive. So we've had 3 long drives today, 2 by Old Town and 1 by Orono.
No, none of these, very little of this game has been decided by defensive mistakes. It's been honest, hard-working offense.
Yep.
Very few penalties have come into play.
Well, it looks like it appears they're going to kick, but we'll have to wait and see.
Kicking is Chris Benjamin. And he will put it down and boot it through.
Well kicked.
To grab the lead by just a point, 15-14.
Well, he's got a good foot, Tim. He kicked that with play to spare. That was well past the crossbars. This is a disappointing close to the halftime score. Delaware 16, Maine 0. The Blue Hens are for real. They have an outstanding football team.
No question about that. Kirk Ferentz has done a great job really turning around the Maine program, having won 3 games each of the last 2 years. But this year they've got 4 wins and they're playing everybody tough.
Yes, they are. The tough loss last week to Connecticut, 37-30.
A big lead now for Orono. Big because they have it. That's what you have to be concerned with. But on the other hand, it's only a point. 13-12. And that was the final score 2 years ago in the playoffs in that overtime game. 13-12. And Orono won that one as well.
It's 15-14 too.
Oh, I was all excited.
But it's still a 1-point game.
The odd thing is, we have no idea what the scoreboard says. We have to go by memory. We have a little hole in our tarp here we have to peek through. So Orono with the lead nonetheless. And everybody's getting more excited. The kickoff is a good one. And the return is loose.
excellent play.
Those long kickoffs can really mess up the coverage sometimes. Benjamin, the kicker, had to make the tackle.
He made an outstanding play there. He broke down and set up for the tackle.
You got to give O'Leary a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Bursting through here like straight upfield. 33-yard kickoff return, and O'Leary could have taken it much more than that.
Excellent defensive job there by Benjamin. He was the last person left.
42-yard line is where they'll start. Looks like a little bit of an early jump for Old Town. That play looked a little strange.
I think that was supposed to be a handoff, and the quarterback just followed his back right up through the hole like he's supposed to do and misses it.
It picks up a couple, 2nd and 8 for Old Town on the 44-yard line. Grigsby's had a great day passing so far. Ben Curtis in motion to the air again. It's thrown out of bounds.
Man was open.
Oh, Ben Curtis, I don't think he really has gotten much action here. Number 24 for Old Town in the backfield. He has the school record in the squat. He weighs 150 pounds and he squats 485.
That's a strong young man.
He squats 323% of his body weight.
There's got to be some kind of record right there.
But he really hasn't had much say in the offense so far except for his blocking. Grigsby to the air, over the middle. It's complete to Brian Wickett. Enough for the first down. Grigsby's really pulling a lot of big plays out.
Well, that's the sort of play that they set up the second touchdown with, Jim.
Right over the middle as they fake inside to Roy. Not much room there for that ball to
No, that was a well-executed play. But they're playing against zone defense here, and so the receiver has to find a seam, an open area.
Here they come again. A fresh first down to work with inside Orono territory at the 45. Grigsby to the left side, just clearing the defense, and a nice complete pass to Eric Morrison. Once again, they're looking away. He turned and fired without really seeing where the defense was either.
Well, that's the same play he threw a minute ago that he overthrew the man with. And I'll tell you, the reason he's been so successful today is his ability to look off the opposite of where he's going to throw the football. It freezes those defenders. They don't know where he's going with the football.
So a nice 6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4 from the Orono 38. Grigsby to the air again, looking downfield, a pump fake and fires, looking for Matt McDonald again.
That was good coverage that time, Tim. Good coverage.
Big day for McDonald so far.
5 catches, 66 yards.
And that big touchdown. 15-14's the lead, 8:25 to go in the contest. 3rd down now and 4 for Old Town.
That was a well-thrown ball, believe it, even though it was not, a completion. He kept it away from the defender.
To the air, over the middle. Nice play by Wickett. First down.
First down. After that play, Grigsby was 11 for 19, Tim, 120 yards. So he's building on those statistics in the second half.
Wickett's looking like a nice target. He's got several targets. It's not just a one-receiver offense.
Now, he's mixing it up very good. The play calling has been exceptionally good.
You know, you think of high school football, you think of young kids developing what they do best. There have been very few drop passes by Old Town today. Grigsby's putting it on the mark, and Old Town's really got sticky fingers.
I think the only one that was dropped that wasn't overthrown was on that hit. That hard hit on that short pass. As far as everything, I don't think there's been a drop pass to him.
Great poise in a big game. And there's a timeout on the field after that first down. and they'll discuss things. First down at the Orono 28-yard line. Jim Walsh. Things over with Grigsby.
Yes, it's you know, I hate to say this, but the play calling, it's you know, obviously Jim Walsh has got somebody spotting for him, but the play calling has been good, which is outstanding for a former defensive back.
Well, maybe he knows what beat him so many times. No, not so many times, maybe a few. Grigsby brings him up. First down. Looking to the air again. It's O'Leary. Touchdown, Randy O'Leary.
Another well-executed play.
It's been a great running back today, and now he shows his prowess as a pass catcher.
And there again, Grigsby looks the other way and then turns and comes back to his primary receiver.
Randy O'Leary had gone out in motion that play, and he turned the corner,
Watch
and
the
there
fake.
it was.
Good play action now. He looks left. This is what really makes the play happen. It freezes that defensive back.
All alone.
You see what happened? The defensive back is looking in the backfield. He sees the quarterback look the other way and loses a half a step.
The play calling on both sides of the ball has been really superb today, and the kids have been great in execution. The 1 point, extra point, 21-15 now. A 6-point lead again for Old Town. We've got 8:15 to play.
Well, Tim, Brian is getting close to possibly having a 200-yard passing game, and that's outstanding in high school.
They've passed more than they've run in this half.
Yes, well, I think they found out that they need to do that, and it's there.
O'Leary in motion.
He fakes now. He turns left just for a moment, and that sells the defensive back.
Makes it look easy. Randy O'Leary with the touchdown catch. He has been certainly a workhorse today. 7 plays, a 58-yard drive, and most of the damage done in the air.
6 passes and 1 run, Tim. Well, when it's going good, whatever you've got to use it until they stop you.
Manchin, you called it early, and they're doing just about what you wanted them to do. On the return, it's Thurlow again. Gets pretty good yardage up the middle. Let's see if Orono can answer.
Well, they did the last time, Tim. This is 2 good football teams doing what they do well, doing it well. And now it's going to be who has the ball last, I think. And the only thing here is that I think that Old Town will have an advantage in their passing game as you get down with less time left. If you need to make it up, you can do it with a pass. It's tough to do it with a run.
So here comes Orono, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Inside handoff to the Zackster, the Zackarama.
Yes, well, we call it the Zack attack, and maybe 20 years from now there'll be a Zack attack up at Maine. Well, I think that the younger Zack that I know is going to be a big one. I have a mother that's 6 feet tall and a father that's 6'2". It's in the genes.
Here comes Orono again, and Thurlow with the carry. And it's only a couple. That'll be a 3rd down and 3.
Well, the scenario here for Orono is they've got a little over 7 minutes to go, Tim. And what they need is a 7-minute drive to get it in there and keep the ball away from Old Town in that passing game. If they don't, what's going to happen here is they're going to, if they have to get the ball with a couple of minutes to go, then they're going to have to go throw. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that.
A 7-minute drive is nothing new to Orono. They do that year after year. They come at you hard, power football.
Well, that's going to be the objective, and Old Town obviously knows that, and they're going to say, we're going to stop them here.
Pence, hands off to Zach. picks up enough for the first down. Needed 3, got about 5. He's out to the 50.
So there's plenty of time.
Here's Zach right up the gut, and he earns a few of these yards himself.
Well, this is a typical Old Town Orono game. He's up to 22 carries now, Tim, with 135 yards. So it's a typical game for him.
Over 1,300 yards on the season. Thurlow this time dances a little bit, but the sun set on Thurlow.
That was a that was a total team effort on that tackle. They stuffed that hole quite well.
No Sundance this year, Mitch.
No Sundance. There was a fine athlete. He made some nice runs last year, those reverses that they used to run. We haven't seen any of that misdirection today.
Second down and 8 now. Orono inside Old Town territory at the 48. Pence wants to throw. He's brought down in the backfield.
Well, we had a miscommunication back there, Tim. There was you can see right here, I don't think he can see over the people in on him. And it was a pretty stiff rush.
You know, I never really saw the running back in that group. Not sure who the screen was set up to.
Well, as I said, when a running team gets behind, they can't afford a loss of yards.
That'll ready with a punt and a fair catch. He called a fair catch.
That's a penalty.
And ran it, and that will lose him some yards. Matt McDonald with the return clearly waved his arm and then forgot.
Yeah, I would think that with a little over 4 minutes to go, that's a good time to let the ball go.
And Old Town will start from there at 37. And really probably won't go to the air much here. 4:16 left to play. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground today. O'Leary's been the workhorse. They scored 1 touchdown running. But clearly the bulk of the offense has been in the air.
Yeah, that's a 5-yard penalty for fair catch indication. So it'll be 1st and 15.
Makes it a little tougher to run the ball for 3 plays. See what Grigsby wants to do. He hands off to O'Leary. O'Leary gets 6 or 7, more like 5, back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Orono's going to have to go for the football, Tim. With the clock running, not having that outstanding passing attack, they don't have time for a long drive now.
21-15's our score. Old Town with the lead and the ball. And the clock in their favor.
Yeah, they need something bad to happen to Old Town.
O'Leary again. Not much. Clock's still moving. 3.5 to play.
Well, he's having himself a good day. He's 13 carries for 50 yards.
Plus a few catches.
Yeah, plus a big touchdown catch.
Here's a tough call.
Yep.
Do we go into the air match?
If we do, I would throw a screen or maybe a draw, something like that.
3 minutes to play, 3rd and 8. Old Town on their own 45. And they're going to throw to O'Leary, who's short of the first down. A safety pass keeps the clock moving.
Yeah, that little swing pass is similar to a screen, so there's no chance of an interception. If somebody should come up, he can throw it out of bounds, get rid of it.
And Orono wants to stop the clock and make sure they have plenty of time for their last drive.
Now, it's a good defensive play here, too, as well, because
Sean Hughes comes up quickly.
he gets the ball. Yeah, nice open field tackle.
Sean Hughes playing the corner has made a couple of big plays out there. That one certainly to stop the drive, and they'll have 3 yards to go for a first down. And likely punt the ball away. Orono with 2:48 to go. Plenty of time to go, but it may be 70 or so yards, and they may have to start throwing today.
Well, Grigsby's up to 14 for 22, 161 yards and 2 touchdowns, so he's had an outstanding day, Tim. And I don't think you're going to see him throwing the ball much now.
Al, how many complete passes for Orono today? 2 complete passes. That may have to change.
That definitely is going to have to change.
Kieran back to punt. .248 to play. Old Town with the lead, 21-15, and they're about to give up the ball. Dangerous Pellerini back at his own 20. Gets the punt away, and it'll roll. Jim Walsh is glad of that. Orono will start at about their 24.
Well, they got 2.5 minutes about, Tim. We're going to see what they can do with this.
A long way to go.
They're going to have to go to the short pass over the middle, get the ball to somebody who's got some ability to break tackles. Somebody like Zach.
You know what happens when teams start playing prevent defense? Maybe a little bit of softer underneath.
Well, I don't think that Old Town needs to play a prevent here because I don't think that Orono has the capability to go deep. I think they're more capable of throwing the ball underneath historically, and I don't think they're not in a prevent.
Coda split out left. Pence looking for the man underneath, John Wibby, and nothing there.
Threw that a little bit short.
Bobby Lucy trying to find something that'll work. Sends in Sean Hughes with the play.
Well, you know, Pence would be effective as a quarterback that can fake the ball and then throw. In this situation, it's really strictly a drop-back passer's realm, and this is going to be difficult for him.
Let's see what he can react. Pence inside. Not much there. The 2nd and 10, and they only get a couple.
Yeah, I think that was a shock value right there. Try to make something happen, catch him by surprise. Hopefully something will pop.
Trying to take advantage of the clock. We're under 2 minutes now. And Orono has a long way to go. Ball is pretty much thrown away. Trying to get it to Pellerini. 3rd now and 6. Or excuse me, 4th and 6.
4th and 6. Then this, as I said, I think today Old Town's ability to have a diversified offense has been the big difference. They've been able to run the ball effectively enough to make their passing game better, and they've thrown the ball extremely well.
We've got a timeout on the field with a big play call coming up for Orono. They need to keep the ball moving. Coaches are out to talk to their teams. We're back to Orono High School right after this.
Lucky Roll, the new instant game from the Maine State Lottery, lets you roll the dice for winnings not once, not twice, but 3 times on each ticket to win up to $1,500 with odds of winning a prize at more than 1 in 4.5 and over $3.3 million in cash prizes. Look for Lucky Roll at over 1,500 sales agents throughout Maine. Whoever said that you can't get lucky playing the lottery instant games? And don't forget, this is a reminder to play Tic-Tac-Toe, the instant game from the Maine State Lottery. You could win big dough, up to $2,000, as easy as X's and O's.
The pressure is on and mounting for Orono. Still smiling. It's still regular season. Both teams with 7-1 records coming into today, and we've got ourselves a good one. 21-15 is Old Town's lead with 1:49 to go. Orono with a 4th and 6 play, and they will go for it from their own 30. Pence looking downfield. It's knocked down. They're looking for Coda, who is looking for a flag. But it really wasn't close.
No, it wasn't. There was a lot of white shirts around that ball. Yeah. You watch. There's one red shirt and there's about 5 white ones.
Smartly knocked down on a 4th down play. They didn't need to intercept. But now all they need to do is run off 145. And Old Town's got a very big win.
Now this will put them with the home field advantage for next week.
They would love to play at Victory Field next weekend. And I don't think they'd mind so much if they played Orono.
Barring a New York Giant fiasco here, as they get against the Eagles, it looks like the Old Town is going to win this football game.
Brian Grigsby is no Joe Pisarcik.
Right.
I know Joe Pisarcik, and you're no Joe Pisarcik.
Do you know who he mishanded the ball to?
Larry Zonka.
All right. There's a trivia question.
And you know who returned it for a touchdown?
It was an Eagle, I know that.
Herman Edwards.
Herman Edwards, okay.
I lived that nightmare match.
I'm sure you did. There's a New York Giant fan that you are.
Grigsby kneels down, and we've got just over a minute to play. And Orono, I don't think will get the ball back.
I don't think they can. Of course, you didn't live the nightmare of Norwood missing a field goal by 6 inches.
I didn't mind that.
Against your Giants.
No timeouts left for Orono, as they're going to painfully watch the clocks tick away, and we're 40 seconds away from an Old Town win.
But once again, a real fine high school football game, Tim. You know, 2 arch rivals with very cleanly played football game. There was no extracurricular activity out there. Good clean hitting, no jumping on people late, very few flags. This is really a testament to the coaches because they've got their kids well disciplined.
It's a good combination of arch rivals and good sports. It's not always the case when you're playing a school that you have to play every year and always seemingly in a big game. But these kids seem to enjoy it. Grigsby now with a 3rd and about 15. He'll kneel down again. And we've got under 30 seconds to play. And that looks like it'll be it. And Old Town starting to celebrate. Jim Walsh realizing the hard week's work paid off for him. And Captain Video, Jim Walsh and Bob Lucy will have to do much the same. And what will they be looking at for video? This game, likely. And here are the possibilities for the playoffs. It should be an interesting scenario as Jim Walsh gets doused with ice water. He's got the hot sun, though. We'll be back to tell you a little bit about what could become the playoffs of next weekend. But first, we'll let these people celebrate. Old Town 21 and Orono 15 as the coaches shake hands at midfield.
Best wishes to the Old Town Indians from Cunningham's Florist and Gifts, Old Town's oldest, largest, and most complete FTD florist. John Birmingham of Kylie Birmingham Funeral Home, 287 South Main Street. Johnny's Pizza, a small restaurant with a large menu. LaBreeze Bakery, freshness in the family tradition. Old Town Furniture and Flooring Company, serving Old Town since 1915. And General Rental Center. We rent most everything for your convenience. Best of luck to the Old Town Indians.
I've been an Oakhurst kid since I was a kid. I love the taste I trust. Nothing but the best for Maine's best kids. Just our fresh natural goodness. 3 generations of quality keeps a smile on the face of the kid in me. I'm an Oakhurst kid and I'll always be. Growing up with Oakhurst naturally. 'Cause Oakhurst kids love the natural goodness of Maine. The natural goodness of Maine.
Congratulations to the Old Town Indians and Orono Red Riots. From Jasmine's in Orono, this Tuesday, November 3rd, it's Pasta Till Busta. Sizzler Buffet Court and Grill, featuring 2 complete sirloin meals for $8.99. McCusick Petroleum Company, local people serving local people. Arby's is different and different is good. Dr. Michael Noonan, chiropractor, providing health care for Old Town and the surrounding areas. Papa Gambino's, you can have your pizza delivered 7 days a week. Best wishes to the Old Town Indians and Orono Red Riots.
Friendliness and hospitality await you at the Riverside Inn. For shoppers, the Riverside is only 2 miles from the Bangor Mall. With lovely rooms and an excellent location, you'll want to plan your next visit to Bangor with reservations at the Riverside Inn.
At Dawson Bradford, they know what it's like to be part of a team. Their offices in Orono and Bangor are here to help you with all your real estate and insurance needs. Put the Dawson Bradford team to work for you. Dawson Bradford in Orono and Bangor.
How you doing?
We are back, and Jim Walsh, as he does after each game, meets with his team, and we will be talking with him in just a few moments. But running down the playoff possibilities, this is interesting. Brewer, despite the fact they won last night, cannot make the playoffs. This is according to Mike Savage. He has figured they heal points as through last night's games. If Foxcroft wins at Dexter this afternoon, the Ponies will go to the playoffs and play Winslow next weekend. But here is what makes it interesting. If Foxcroft loses today, John Batts beats MCI, and Belfast beats Rockland, then Hamden, despite the fact they lost last night, can go to the playoffs as the 4th team. But Foxcroft can also go if they lose. They also have to hope for MCI to win and Belfast to win. So it's a little bit complicated, but Foxcroft and Hamden both have a chance to go to postseason. Foxcroft has their future in their own hands. Vance, the story told pretty much through the air, but the fact that Old Town mixed it up.
I think
is a big win.
I think being well balanced, Tim, is the key here. Old Town had 70 yards rushing as opposed to Orono's 143. But passing-wise, Old Town was superior with 161 to 20. And I think that's the big difference in the game right there. 231 to 163 total yardage. And that made all the difference in the world.
Brian Grigsby came out today not really throwing a lot early in the first quarter. They were running and not overly successfully, but finding what proved to be the deciding factor today. Grigsby had a big game from really the second quarter on.
Oh, yeah, he really threw the ball very well, Tim.
We have Old Town coach Jim Walsh now down on the field. And Jim, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, Throck.
Jim, pretty much the story of today we were talking about is Brian Grigsby and a great day at quarterback.
Griggs had a good day. You know, people don't understand he's never played quarterback before in his life until this year. He's a good athlete, a very intelligent kid, and he's just been a great leader for us all year. Came through in the clutch, big game. You know, just a tremendous rivalry between these two teams.
He had a big play in the fourth quarter, a lot of big plays today, but this one, Jim, if you can see it, was the play when you sent out O'Leary in motion.
Yeah, we did something a little different. We've been practicing it. We hadn't used it. Randy's been a decoy in this play. Griggs made a great toss. Randy made a great route and catch, snuck into the end zone. It's a super rivalry. You know, there's so many 7-6, 13-12, 6-0 games. We're going to enjoy it for a day or two. Then we realize we're going to have a tremendous challenge again next week with this team.
Jimmy, this is Mitch. I was impressed by Brian's ability to look away from the primary receiver and then come back and make the play. I think that helped an awful lot in freezing the defensive backs.
Yeah, I think so too, Mitch. And I tell you what, you know, understand once again, here's a kid that hasn't played quarterback in his whole life. He just did a tremendous job.
Oh, he's got a lot of natural ability.
A lot of heart, a lot of character in this team. Brian among them. You know, just kids that won't be denied. They don't realize they're supposed to be 4-4 or 5-4.
We also had a lot of luck stopping Orono running attack today.
Well, we put a lot of guys in the line of scrimmage, and I knew when Zach popped one early that, you know, that's not unexpected. They're going to score their points, but, you know, even when they bounce back, we bounce back too. It was like a prize fight, you know, thrust and parry. They score, we score. It's just a matter of who has the ball last is usually going to win in this situation. It's just another game in a great, great rivalry.
You're going to have to play him again next week. Did you show him anything you wish you hadn't?
Not at all. At this point in the season, you know, we're, like I had said earlier in the week, we know pretty much what they're going to do, and they know pretty much what we're going to do. Each has a few wrinkles, but two fine football teams in a very, very close game. next week, who knows? I don't expect them to deviate much from what they've done, and I know we won't do it a whole lot.
Jim Walsh, congratulations. Have a good week, and I'm sure you got a lot of work still ahead of you.
Yeah, quite a bit, but we're going to enjoy this for a day or two. Thank you very much. I appreciate you covering the game.
Great. Jim, thanks very much. Jim Walsh gets his Old Town team a 21-15 victory today on the not friendly turf of Orono High School, but these two teams will have to meet again next week, and that one will be on Victory Field in Old Town.
And I'm sure that's going to be another game just like this, Tim. Yeah. Look at that.
Happy to be going home to Old Town, flying home actually almost, back to Old Town. It's a big win today for the Indians.
Tim, bad news for Maine. Delaware's ahead 30-6 at the half, and Maine has fumbled the ball 4 times, and those turnovers will absolutely eat you alive.
We've got a lot more football we're going to be bringing you this season. Of course, in 2 weeks, we're going to be bringing you the regional championship game. We don't know where that will be. Maybe Winslow, maybe a couple of other fields around Eastern Maine. We'll also have for you the state final in Class B, and that'll be 3 weeks from today. So a lot of action more coming up this fall here on WABI. So that will do it. Those are the upcoming games that I was referring to, and we may just see one of these teams in the regional championships. We are, of course, this is only the regular season. And this game today was for home field advantage match. And how important is that when you get to playoffs?
Well, I think it's somewhat of a help, but I think in this case, these two teams are so well matched that it's not going to be a real big edge, as Old Town proved today. They came in with a well thought out game plan. They were going to throw the football and get a well-balanced offense going, and that's what they were able to do. And Grigsby had an outstanding game. And the rushing attack, there was just enough there to make it a well-balanced attack.
We've got one of the big players for Old Town this year, Aaron King, with us down on the sidelines. Aaron, can you hear me? Aaron, how you doing down there?
Pretty good.
Aaron, big win today, a huge game against this rivalry. Coming into today, how important was this football game? Was it big, despite the fact it was just for home field advantage?
Yeah, it was really big. We wanted to play our playoff game at home, and we wanted to prove that we could shut them down today.
Kinga, you got a couple of big hits today and a sack, a la Pat Swilling in the NFL. A big defensive day for the Indians as well.
Yeah, it was real good. We just shut down their running game and tried to force them to pass, which we did a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that. Aaron, this is Manch Wheeler. You fellas did a real good job, except for the one play where Zach got loose, which is, with a back like that's bound to happen.
Yeah, Zach's a really good runner, and you can't contain him at the line of scrimmage all the time. He's bound to break one.
Pretty much the game plan today, Aaron, come at him via the run and the pass and play tough defense?
Yeah, that was our game plan, establish our run, and once we did that, they'll go through the air and just shut them down on defense.
How excited are you having this big win and being able to play the next one on Victory Field?
It's real exciting, and for us seniors, we wanted to just win and play a playoff game at home.
Excellent, Aaron. Also, congratulations on all the success you've had at Old Town High School on the baseball field and the hockey field, and I'm sure you got another great hockey season staring you right in the face after this one.
Yeah, we're going to be real good in hockey again this year, but you take care of football first.
Good. Best of luck in the playoffs, Aaron. We'll be seeing you up there next weekend, and maybe we'll have you on TV again this fall.
All right, thank you.
Aaron King, linebacker extraordinaire, plays part of that big defense for Old Town.
This was a terrific day for football, Tim, and I really am excited about seeing two good high school football teams play a clean, good, competitive game.
We'll be back to Al Hackett, by the way, is also joining us up here in the booth. Al is a familiar face and a familiar voice. Of course, he travels with George Hale almost everywhere. I don't know how you do that, Al. It's incredible that anybody could put up with that man for so long. Manch, we've got a lot of work to do more this fall, and this is only a part of the picture in Class B. Winslow, we talked about the scenario between who will be the fourth place team, but Winslow certainly has a great team this year, and they're undefeated.
Yes, they've beaten both Old Town and Orono, and they're a strong team, and I'm sure that the AD there, my old teammate, Tank Violet, is quite excited about this year.
So congratulations to Winslow. They certainly deserve a lot of credit, and we may well have them here with us on Channel 5 in our game for the Class B Championship in a couple of weeks. Well, that'll just about do it from here. Old Town wins 21-15 in the regular season finale to earn a berth on their home field against this very same Orono team next weekend. For Al Hackett doing our statistical work and Manch Wheeler, thanks also to our crew, John Bolia, and everyone in the truck. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Throckmorton. Have a lovely weekend.
Channel 5's live coverage of this LTC football game is brought to you by Dawson Bradford, Bangor and Orono, your hometown insurance and real estate agency. Grant's Dairy, a good neighbor for a good many years. Hammond Lumber Company, with locations in Auburn, Belgrade, Farmington, Greenville, and Skowhegan. And by Husson College in Bangor, Maine's College of Business, Health, and Professional Studies.